Be sure to check out my Patreon for weekly exclusive interviews, extra content on Veve and Omi, and building generational wealth, as well as money management tips from experienced whales. Yo, what is going on, y'all? I'm Cavell Anderson, and we are back with another Veve and Ecomi video. And this one, we are going to be checking out NFT Century. He's going to be going over some predictions for the community and basically talking about some of the things going on in the community right now. And I think it is very, very important to gauge community sentiment, because a lot of people in the community are newer investors. You're new to the space. You don't actually know how to build wealth and do the things that you're attempting to do. And this is your first attempt at doing these things. And what's most important in situations like this is knowledge. It's learning. It's what you know. And you can have a lot of information, but one key piece of information could change how you use the information that you currently have. And that's super, super important. It's honestly one of the reasons that I started my Patreon. And full disclosure, I just had someone on my Patreon who actually shifted the way that I think a little bit, and I have seen crazy results just getting that piece of information that I got from him. And in a short time, I'm already seeing changes. And that's the importance of listening to people who are where you want to be. And that's why I've decided to take that route with my Patreon, where it's like not just Veve focused and Veve geared. Obviously, it's a lot of Veve and stuff in there, but mainly it's focused on talking to people who are in this position. Like, so I'm learning about his industry. I'm learning about his market, how he's looking at things, how he's approaching it, the area that he's in that allows him to dominate real estate and stuff like that. Like just really, and this completely has nothing to do with anything that I do, but just the thought process he approaches things with can be applied elsewhere. And when you start thinking at that level, that's when you start seeing crazy returns, which, I mean, I've seen huge changes in just a short period of time, man. So yeah, that's just a small Patreon plug. Just wanted to let you all know it's very, very important, because it actually does fit in with this video, and I just can't stress enough the importance of information, man. And yeah. So yeah, that being said, let's jump into this, jump into the video, see what's going on, talk a little bit about Veve, the community. And yeah, I mean, everyone isn't going to, like, the thing is, when everyone's making all this money, when things are pumping, when everything's happy, everyone's going to be watching all the videos, coming around, hey, I got this, I did this, I believe in the project. But to maintain that level of faith when things are down, like, there's very few people who are going to be able to do that. And that's why there are very few people in the 1% of the world. Every project that has ever blown up, like people look at Amazon and think that everybody who invested in Amazon at the beginning is just well off now. Everybody who invested in Apple at the beginning is just well off now. Absolutely not. You know how many people jumped ship? How many people said, oh, this was a scam? Oh, I shouldn't have put my money there. How many people had to pull their money out for one reason or another because they made bad financial decisions for themselves? It's like, this is a repeating trend. I mean, you're going to be a part of history one way or another. You're going to be the part of history that fails, or you're going to be in the part of history that succeeds. It's just up to you and what you know that's going to dictate that and decide that. But we ain't going to get too deep here. I don't really like to go real deep in the mental side of things on the channel. Like, that's something that I also say for Patreon, ironically. So yeah, that being said, let's jump in. Like, that type of stuff is for people who really just want to change their lives and not just looking for updates on Veve, Ecomi, and stuff like that, but really looking to become a millionaire, to become a multi-millionaire, and really not have to worry about their finances ever before. So that's a different type of mindset. Everyone who's invested in Veve and Ecomi or Omi Token everyone's not that type of person. But yeah, that being said, be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on notifications, and let's get it. Let's see what's up.
What is going on, Veve fan? Welcome back to the NFT Century channel. Again, we're back here with another Veve and Ecomi video. It's another beautiful day here in Koh Samui, Thailand. Today we're going to be speaking about market sentiment, how people are feeling around the community, how our collectibles also feeling, which we dictate how they do.
Capitalizing the NFT space by starting our 3-day NFT breakthrough
that is going on inside Veve right now, including also Ecomi. And I want to speak to you guys about it. It's been like 3 months, almost 4 months since we saw those great, beautiful prices back in January, where everything was 10xing, 20xing, and people were thanking all the YouTubers. People were thanking Davey. They were praising the Veve fan. Thank you guys. This is the best project. And literally, we've been through 3 months where people are just trashing the Veve community. They're trashing myself, every other YouTuber, saying that, oh, I told you, you're this, you're that.
And that, honestly, that shows you the experience level, though. That shows you how many beginners are in this space, because when everything's going well and everybody's pumped, don't get it twisted. Everybody's excited when they're making money. But how you behave in a bear market, how you behave when things are down, that is what's going to separate the investors in this community. Like, people are going to see, like, this time around, and this is why I play the long game when it comes to the things that I do, because it's like the things that I say on my channel, the things that we talk about, time always proves that I know what I'm talking about, and it's going to continue to do so. And like, you're going to see people like us who actually believe in the project, who's been making the right moves right now when everybody else's sentiment is down. Those of us whose sentiment is exactly the same as it's always been, like, you're going to see we're going to be the ones that come out on top. And then all those people are going to look at us like, oh, you all had an advantage. You all this, you all that. No, we were just smarter than you. We made better decisions than you. Like, don't take away what we're doing, because right now we're going through the exact same shit you're going through. We're just handling it different. We're making smarter decisions. We're figuring out the best way to secure our future while you're crying, while you're at Ecomi all day long. Oh, this new problem, that new problem. You can talk about problems, or you can find solutions. Like, you can't do both. Like, you can't do both. Like, you're either gonna work to get to where you want to go in life, or you're gonna sit around on the internet crying all day, man. It's like, you decide what you want to do. You decide what you want to be, but it just couldn't be me. It couldn't be me. It could never be me. I would rather get results than like, I don't know what people expect, like, to get their feelings, they want to feel good. Like, nah, I mean, but I guess I have an advantage coming in to, like, cause I come from a world, I come from the south side of Chicago, man. I come from a world where your feelings don't matter. Like, you're treated like shit from the beginning. So I never expect anything handed to me in this world. I don't expect things to go right. I make them go right. So that's just my mindset because of how I grew up. So yeah, I mean, I ain't never had nobody I could lean on and depend on, and you know, I had to get it for myself. So yeah, anyway.
You were full of this, you're full of that. I knew it wasn't a scam, and like, this is crazy. And again, it's just like another market cycle. It happened on Bitcoin. Bitcoin went to $17,000, and it went all the way back down to the hundreds. Now it's at like today is like at $39,000-$40,000. So it's a cycle that we're just experiencing inside Veve. And since we have a lot of unexperienced investors, now you're seeing them more. They have a louder voice than the people who actually support the project. But trust me, in a matter of 2-3 months.
Like, even me, like, I make videos obviously because I get paid from YouTube. It's not a secret. I get paid from YouTube. That's why I make videos. But outside, like, I was arguing on Twitter and stuff all the time. I used to be doing a lot of stuff that I don't have the time to do. I don't have the need or want to do. It's like, it's a lot of us who really believe in the project. We don't care what people think, so we just stay out of the arguments. We keep doing us, and we just let the market do what it's going to do. Like, we've been here before. Like, we've been here. We've experienced this. We know what's happening right now. So while everyone else is panicking, we're doing what you're supposed to do. And I think that that's why the loudmouth people are the ones that's just the loudest people are the ones that's not really accomplishing much right now. They're loud for that reason. They don't understand. They don't know what's happening. And instead of trying to gain understanding, gain experience and things like that, they would rather cry. And this is why I love when there's bull runs and things like that, because it really separates people. Like, for like, I'm at the same level or maybe lower. I started at the same level or lower than most people in this project. And then when bull runs come, I just shoot above the majority. And it's that shows you who's putting in work and who has understanding when things are down. Because anybody can be bullish and understand everything when the market is up. But it's different when you have that same energy when it's down, and figuring out how to put yourself in position to be ahead. Like, only the really wise are going to do that. Only the really wise are going to do that. So yeah.
Top, you're going to see another huge leg up. Not everybody's afraid of talking about this. Oh, I don't want to tell you this is going to happen, but it is almost inevitable that if everything stays the way it's going in the crypto markets, if we don't see an imminent bear market happening right away in the next 2-3 months, quarter, we're going to see this major leg up inside of Veve collectibles. You can already see in the market, like, we have almost no supply for all the collectibles except the ones that have been dropped lately. But everything from 2020, everything from 2021, we see in the 30, 40, maybe 100 listings in the market. Maybe for one that has a lot of listings, maybe we see like 200, which we didn't have this low supply back in January. And either way, we 10, 20, 30 extra collectibles. So imagine what's going to happen now that we have such a low supply on all, absolutely, not all, but on most of our Veve collectibles right to this date. I think that this is going to be the biggest pump we're ever going to see, and the fastest pump as well. Now, here's my take and what I would recommend for you guys. Yes, a lot of people are saying, hey, you got to have the big picture. We're here for like the next 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. Yeah, I get that. But people have to take profits. Imagine what you could have been doing right now if you sold, I don't know, 60, 70% of your collectibles back in January, and now you reinvested it inside the app, or you took out some profits. You bought a car for your mom, or you bought a Rolex for yourself, or you rewarded yourself with something, and then you reinvested more money into the NFTs instead of just...
Personally, I don't believe we had enough understanding of where this was going. Most people didn't have enough understanding of where this was going to take profits. I understand that that's a traditional thing that you do, but when you're in an industry that has never happened before, it's never been built before, things could have exploded and kept going farther than any of us could have imagined. And I think based on the things that Ecomi were promising us, that's exactly what was expected. And it was realistic to expect that because we was promised things in time frames that were not realistic. But at the time, we did not know and understand that wasn't realistic in that time frame because the team didn't even know that that wasn't realistic. Now that you sit back and really consider and think about some of the things that they're talking about adding in, you know that this stuff is going to take time. But I feel like at that point in time, there was not really better decisions that you can make. Yeah, some people take profits and that paid off. But in my opinion, it was luck. It was 100% luck that it paid off because if Veve would have been delivering on every single thing that they said they would do and they delivered it on time, like the things would be far higher than they are right now. The thing is, Veve hasn't really helped the sentiment. Not that they don't need to. They have a bigger plan in mind. Their plan is for long term. So that's why things have been smooth, and that's why we are going to experience these cycles until they just get to a point. Eventually, they're going to get to a point where they're just shocking us. They have their shit fully together, and stuff is just popping up. Like they just coming with new things out of nowhere, and that's going to really drive sentiment a lot. But yeah, for now, I mean, taking profits probably would be very, very beneficial at this point in time with certain items. Certain items I still would never play with, but yeah, certain like because we just don't know. Like that's the problem. That's the thing. This is not like a normal and traditional market. It does have some similarities. It does have some things in common with other markets, but at the same time, all it takes is a certain announcement from Veve. All it takes is a certain like listing on 5 exchanges in the same day. Like some unrealistic stuff that could actually happen. And it changes everything. So I think that we don't know when this stuff is coming. So if you make one false move, you do something, you're like, oh, everybody else has been taking profits. The day you take profits, we get 5 exchanges and they link the Omi token to where you can use your Omi tokens to buy stuff on Veve. You just literally you screwed yourself. And I mean, but like I said, we don't know when this stuff is coming. We know that a lot of this stuff is coming soon. So yeah, I mean, we need more data. We need more information. We need more things that we can analyze to see how these things are going to impact the market. Like once staking comes and all these other programs that they're promising, once that stuff comes, we need to see how that impacts things and how that changes things. So it's a lot of information that we don't have. I think that there's a time to take profits and there's a time not to. But I mean, to be fair, like I said, those people who did sell at the top and have a bunch of capital to reinvest at the bottom, like shout out to you. But I don't that's why I don't attempt to time markets. I don't play them games. I don't play them games. But yeah.
Seeing your portfolio go down 70-80% and feeling like shit because you didn't sell back in January. It is going to happen again. People are going to make the same mistakes again. Make sure you don't fall in that category of people who are going to make the same mistakes. This time when the leg up comes, sell. Take profits. I'm not saying go to zero. you stay with zero NFTs, because you may have other plans like I do. I want to stake Omi. I want to rent my collectibles. I want to see what utility they're going to be bringing out. But I will definitely be taking profits in a lot of my collectibles, especially.
And that is the thing. Like, taking profits is not bad advice, but it's like it has to do with your situation and how you move in your particular collection. Like, if you have one of every grail, taking profits this early would probably be stupid, because just because the market goes down doesn't mean the Walton Mickey is going to go down again. So let's say you sell your Walton Mickey, you only got one of it. You sell it at what you think is the top, and then it shoots up and the new floor is 100K. You sold at 50K. You sold the next time it pumped to 50K because you thought the things was going to go back down. Yet the new floor, even during a bear market, becomes 100K and it just sits at 100K. You're never getting back in that position. So that's why it's certain items that I would never play with, because yeah, anything can happen. And I think the majority of these things, I think the floors are so low right now because there's not a lot of liquidity. Like, we can't, like the whales and the people with the big money who are going to move floors can't actually get into the project right now. There's literally no on-ramp for big money. Not in the Omi token, not in the collectibles, nowhere. Like, there's no on-ramp for big money. So this is why, like, the profits that people could be taking could be a hell of a lot bigger. So, like, because it's like Foster. I think he sold his Secret Rare Spider-Man at like 16K or something like that. It's not like that was a bad profit, but it's a bad profit considering that the Secret Rare Spider-Man went to 100K. The Secret Rare Spider-Man went to 100K. That's a bad profit in comparison. And that's the thing. You never know what situation is going to turn out like that. Because I bet he thought that there may be a certain point where he could buy the Spider-Man again at like 5K or something like that. And then, like, he take profits, he buys it again at 5K and then ride it back up. It didn't work out like that. So, and you don't know which collectibles on Veve. Like, that's why I definitely wouldn't play around with grails unless you have multiples. Like, that's why I've added to my strategy buying a lot of multiples. That way I can take profits, because if I sell like 10, 15, 20 of one thing, and then it continues to go up, I still have 50 left. It's like, it's different now. It's different. So that's why it's important. That's why I focus on key items. I have one of key items and maybe two of key items, but then I do have a little bit extra so I can sell one just in case. So like I follow my own my own advice that I give, man. It's never financial advice, but I follow my own advice. Like when I said if I really want a collectible, if I want something, I don't buy it. I'll buy multiples of something else. Then I'll use those profits to buy that later on. That's exactly what I do. So I don't have every single thing that I want, but I have every single thing that I know is going to go up in value, and I can sell a few of these, get that profit, and then buy what I want later on. So that's just how I move and maneuver on the app personally. That's my strategy.
Especially the ones that have double, triple, 10, 20 of them. So that's my advice for you guys. Take profits. Do not fall in love with any collectible inside this app. We're going to have another cycle. Now, after the next big leg up happens, things are going to go back down again. The sentiment in the community is going to get to this point again. Prices are going to...
I would disagree with this. I would disagree that the sentiment is going to get to where it's at right now again, because a lot of this sentiment is people not being able to take their money out. Cash out supposed to be coming by the end of Q2. So it's in the next couple of months here. So like when it goes back up, it should never get back to where it's at right now. So I don't think the expectation should be this low, because big money, like they're going to be creating on-ramps this year so big money can get their big money in. Like KYC is coming. The web app is coming. That means big money can come. And also it means people are going to be able to take their money out. So now it completely changes the sentiment, because a lot of this is built around people being uncertain or being stuck in a project, feeling like they're stuck. It's how people feel. Like people are not going to feel this same way when you can take your money out of the project. Like after you can take your money out and stuff is still pumping, that's going to change the sentiment to a bullish trajectory so fast. Like after they see that, oh, everyone's not just waiting to cash out, this stuff is still going up and people have the opportunity to cash out if they wanted to. That's going to make people bring more money in and keep more money in. But that's just my thoughts.
Going to go down again. We have a few catalysts coming up. We have the web app. As soon as they announce the web app or they announce some type of interoperability, trust me, prices are going to shoot up. When that happens, start taking some profits, because as soon after that, they will announce KYC and they will announce MTL for almost everybody. So prices will go back down. Take profits when the major catalysts are happening, and then reinvest when you see the sentiment down again. That's how I'm feeling right now. That's how a lot of the community is feeling.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. It's like I'm not 100% convinced that things are going to keep going down. Like I don't know if it's going to. If I think that stuff could be easily seen as bullish. It just goes. It depends on how the whales behave, and I see that Ray Fixie, he was frustrated on Twitter the other day because he was trying to boost the floor of something. He was trying to buy things, and people kept undercutting, stopping him from being able to raise the floor. So yeah, like the whales with money who's still trying to buy things up and raise floors, like people are being greedy trying to get out and stuff like that. So they keep ruining the fact that whales and people are trying to make these collectibles more valuable, more attractive to other investors. But people who want to get out so bad, or people who want to take advantage of the opportunity, they're screwing themselves. Really, they're making it harder for the whales to raise the value of things in this project to attract other whales. Like it's like the poor decision making in the community. It's like I think it's that need for everybody to want to sell and try to take profits right now. It's like I think that's a part of the issue.
I have a small group of investors. We're like 16 of us right now. Very tight group. Everybody there has invested, like, I don't know, like 5K and above. I have people there who have invested out of their own pockets, like over $50,000. So they're like kind of like not whales, but we are a pretty solid group of investors. You can actually check the links down below and join our NFT breakthrough challenge. But besides that, we have this private community where all these investors are. We keep it very tight. But if you want to join, just click the link, see what we're all about, and you can see if you can join our community then and there. But everybody in there is thinking like the same things that I'm talking to you guys right now. We've been through this for a while. I bought my first NFT on Veve over a year ago, back in March of 2021. So I've seen this happen before, and it's going to happen now. I don't want it to happen to you guys, so I can't stress it enough. Right now,
yeah, see, that's the thing. Some things have happened before, some things have not. We don't know the impact of the MTL coming. We don't know the impact of a lot of things, because a lot of people think once the MTL comes, everyone's going to be cashing out. But when the MTL comes, that's when big money may come in and just start buying stuff and just destroying floors, and it may rise like crazy. So because people are going to start trying to sell at the low prices that things are at right now. You have a lot of golden moments that's still like $100 to $200. Like, you think that's hard for a whale to buy all those up? Like when MTL comes and that discount comes, I think whales are going to come in and pounce. And that could easily, like, yeah, you see things start to go down, but then a whale sitting on 100,000 just comes up and just get to sweeping shit. It's like, I think that stuff like that is possible. I know people sitting around waiting to do it. I know people waiting to do it right now. So, yeah.
Literally in this week or the next 2 weeks, this is your chance to buy anything that it is that you want to buy at these low prices. Maybe know how the market moves. They know how the prices go up or go down, and they know how to make it happen. So trust me, they have some announcements under their sleeve. Either the Doctor Strange thing is happening, or they're going to announce some type of interoperability. Ecomi Omi is already interoperable.
Yeah, so this was a dope video. I like his perspective. Obviously, we differ in perspectives, but that's good. I think that's good. It's good to have different perspectives and to see things different ways. Obviously, I have more of an investor's mindset. It's like I put money in and hold and just hold. It's no taking profits, no none of that. I put money in and I hold, and obviously my it's going to be like that. But I'm balanced with it too, because I put money into my items. I'll hold them, but I'll also buy extras, and that's the stuff that I will sell. So it's starting to make those little decisions there where you can take a little bit of profit, and then it doesn't matter what happens. You've taken profits, you've made your gains, and you still are holding your core items. So I think it's just really coming around with a better strategy as opposed to just taking profits, or like selling your one Todd and hoping that it stays down or goes lower. It's like that's kind of risky. Like I don't take on too much risk. And I know some people would say, oh, holding those collectibles are risky. Not to me. It depends. Like, it may be risky for you. It's not to me. I know I'm knowledgeable about my investment. You might not be, but I am. So that being said, let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below. Be sure to check out my man's, yo. Be sure to check out my man's. He makes amazing content. I definitely love his perspective. I love his point of view, even if I don't agree with it all. But yeah, be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on notifications. And I'm going to catch y'all on the next one, fam. Peace out, y'all.